Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop Quick Tip. Today we're going to cover how to take a picture and then make a custom path and wrap text around. So you can take an image like this and then wrap text around it. And it's a real easy technique, but we're going to go ahead and run you through it today. And so let's jump right in. Okay, so we'll start with the basic image here. And the first thing we need to do, of course, is to extract her from the background so that we can get her isolated. And we'll use, let's start with the basics. We'll go up to select and select subject and see how Photoshop does. And it does a pretty good job. And we're going to select and mask because we want to improve it a little bit, okay? You see everything's been cut off a little bit. So we're going to use the Refine Edge brush, okay? And you can see in the hands here, we have some areas that are no good and that. So we need to cover that and go over it. And the Refine Edge brush usually does a pretty good job. Just run it over the edge and it will do its best to make the corrections. Okay, and we'll do the same thing with the hair. And we'll do the other hand as well. And the dress, of course, needs to have some edges put in here. And we just cover the edges and just come over. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time going over this because that's not the main purpose of today's video, but it gets a good reminder how to use the Refine Edge. Just going over the edges that you think need adjustment, and then Photoshop will do the heavy calculations and do the best it can. And I think that's good enough for our purposes. I'll go ahead and decontaminate the colors. Okay, that does a good job. And then I'm going to output to a new layer with a layer mask. Okay. And hit OK. Okay, so there we go. We have got our picture isolated and we're ready to rock and roll. All right, so the next thing is let's go ahead and put a solid color background just in for now. We'll put around black and put that below, drag that below her, and we can see how well we did here. And that looks great. Okay, so now that we've got her isolated, I'm going to drag her and position her a little bit better in the frame. Okay. And there we are. And okay, so now we have our layout here. So now what we want to do is we want to cover how to place text around. Okay. We all know familiar with the text tool. And if we hit the text tool, and we type our text but it's not we want it to follow her. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And it's very, very easy. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to turn around and draw a path around her. Okay, because we want some text to follow her. So we're going to create what's called a work path. And it's very, very easy to do. Okay, and you got, I'll just take the lasso tool. Okay, and you don't have to be perfect here. Okay. I'm just going to draw an outline following her around, and you don't have to be very precise. Just draw it how you want the text to follow around. Okay, and don't even worry about if you're a little shaky on the hand. That doesn't matter either. Okay, and just come around and do that, and you have the basic shape. Okay, so now we have our selection around, and it's a little irregular, but not bad. So let's clean it up a little bit. We're going to go up to select, and then we're going to go to modify, and then we're going to go to smooth. Okay, and 100 pixels probably on this image would be pretty good. That'll just help smooth things out, make things a little more pretty. And there we go. Okay, so 100 pixels to smooth it out. We have a nice outline around the image. All right. All right. So now be very careful not to click on anything. We need to come up to the line, okay, that we just made, and we need to right click on it. And then with it clicked on, you can say make work path, okay? And select that. And then it's going to say the tolerance, and we say 2 pixels. That's pretty good for this image. And then there we go. We now have a work path, but you can see it's changed to a solid blue with a bunch of control points along the lines. Okay, that's our work path that we want to utilize for the text to follow. All right. So in order to do this, okay, we need this path, and we need to use the text tool next to put text around it, right? So we select the text. Now this is very, very important, okay? How you position your brush when you go to place the text is going to matter greatly, okay? And I hope this shows up, but I want you to see, I'm going to come in here, and you see how the icon is for the text tool. It's a square right now, okay? But if I go close to the work path, okay, you're going to watch it change. And you see how it changed to a little wavy line, okay? And then if I went inside, it turns into a circle, okay? So we have a square, and then we have a curved line, like an S curve, and then we have a circle, solid circle. Most people never notice this when they work with the text tool, but you're telling Photoshop, hey, I intend to do this with my text. And in this case, if I put it out here, it's going to just do straight horizontal text. If I put it in here, inside the work path, it says restrain the text within this work path. Okay? And then if I go here, it says use the work path to place the text. So that's what we want. We want to have the S curve, and we're going to click once. And look at that. The text is now following the work path completely around. So that's as easy as it gets, okay? So you understand that's how you wrap text around a work path very, very easily. So let's go ahead and do a little... I'm going to get some text here. I'm going to borrow a little text from, and I'm doing this on my second screen, but I'm just going to copy some and paste some text. And then we will do this. So, okay, I copied some text, and now I'm going to paste Command or Control T, V. And that's what I wrote. Life is a privilege, but to live life to the fullest, that is the choice, right? And so that's great. So now I hit space bar again, hit Control V, goes around again, space bar, put a little more in, and we're going around. And so there we are. We now have the text rolling around our image following the work path. Told you that was easy, okay? And it's easy as that. And then you can turn around and let your creative juices going on however you wish. You could come in and turn it into a little poster, and be as creative as you wish. But it's as easy as that. And, we all use text tool, and I bet you most of you never noticed that the icon changes based on how you hover the path, whether it goes inside a path, outside a path. And you can use this technique, okay, over and over, and get really creative. So that's it for this week. It's a real easy one, a real quick one. And so hopefully you found this useful. And till next week, you guys take care.